If you ever dealt with Dotfiles, do you know the frustration of accidentally breaking something, having to reinstall your operating system, or switching machines? Before finding out about Stow, there'd be scattered Dotfiles everywhere, manual copying of files, and no version control. Now with Stow, I'm able to organize and manage Dotfiles with ease. In this video, I'm going to explain what Stow is and why it should be a new way to handle Dotfiles. So the first thing I want to address is what exactly are Symlinks. Is here in my desktop directory, I have a file called test.sh. And so essentially what Symlinks are is they allow you to link two files in Linux, link two files and have them point at each other. And so when we make edit in one file, edit will be reflected in the other file. And that's where Stow comes in, and you basically are able to put all that in a GitHub repo, install it on your new system, use Stow, and it'll look for that exact file, which I'll show later, like the file structure, and then it'll copy all those files onto your new system. And so if I come here and do ln, which is what allows us to link the two files, and then s, which makes it a symbolic link, meaning that they point at each other and all the changes on one file are reflected on another file. And so I'll take it from desktop test.sh, and obviously this is it's deeper in the file system, but I wanted to make it to where I can just access it by just running sh test.sh instead of having cd into my desktop folder and then be able to access my test.sh file. And so I'll come here and it'll just be test.sh. There we go. It's lowercase s, not capital S. And so I should be able to cd back to my home directory, and then I should be able to find the link here. There we go. And so you can see here, this L means that it's a link. And so they are linked together. And I'm going to redo this and show you how to link, like a live example of linking like a .zsh and linking it to the GitHub repo. And so that changes here are reflected to the .zsh on your computer. And when you make changes on the computer, they're reflected back on the GitHub repo when you commit and all that. And so now they have that set up. Now we can just do sh test.sh. I'm going to show you like a normal way of doing it would just be cd desktop and then sh test.sh. But if I come back here and edit this, let's just do nvim test.sh instead of hello world. Let's do hello Antoine. Writing quits. Then if I go back to desktop, Z desktop, and I go to run test.sh, sh test.sh. There we go. So the first thing I want to address in GNU Stow is the naming convention. And basically you want to have your home directory, which is where your .files are. And so like it can be just .zsh just has its own .zsh. And then nvim is inside config as well as fish. And so for your GitHub repo, you basically want it to have the package name. So I'm going to insert that real quick. And the package name will be zsh followed by the directory where your files are stored at. So in this, it'll just be .zshrc. And then for nvim, package name nvim, I'm going to store it in .config/nvim. And for fish, fish.config/fish. And so once you have that set up, next you can move on to actually getting the files from the GitHub repo onto your system. And I will show more examples so it kind of makes more sense. And once you have your repo for your GNU Stow, which has all of your files that are now Symlinked together, you're able to take them and put them onto your new system using the stow command. And then the cool thing is you can also take, once you can edit them here as well since they're Symlinked, and any files on your system will update to your GitHub repo. And the same thing if you want to have this on another computer. So let's say I want to also put it on my Linux computer. And then that would connect from here, and then would also go back. Esther is up a bit, but you get the point. So I went ahead and unstowed my ZSH, and now you can see here it is no longer symlinked to the .zsh in the home directory. And so now this is the command I use to move the .zsh out of the home directory into my .file or GNU Stow directory. All right. And I already did this, I'm not gonna do it again. And so now that it's in there, I can come here, create a symbolic link, and move it from my .file / .zshrc. Actually, no. .file. Oh, no. My apologies. So I'm actually, since we're using Stow, all I'm going to do is actually just make sure, okay, I'm in the root directory of my .file. I'm not inside of any of the package directories. And so now all I have to do is stow ZSH. And essentially that's that same thing I was just about to do. But since we're using stow, that allows it recognizes that I have stow inside of my .file directory. And that's just gonna keep track of the packages, and then whenever I wanna use stow to take these packages and put them on a new system, all that information is stored using this stow command. So you use it to put things on the GitHub repo, and they use it to take information that's placed inside of there onto a new machine. And so if I check this again, I should see that it's linked. Well, let me see. Let me go back to this ls la zsh ls la. There we go. So I guess it doesn't show in the GitHub, but it shows in your home directory. Like I said, plays back as much as you need to, and obviously try and do it yourself. That'll make it the easiest to understand. But if I come here, I use bat, which is an alternative to cat, .zshrc, I should see my files. Yep. And so now I can access it through both ways, cd.file. And I should be able to do the same thing here, cd into zsh, and then bat.zshrc. Perfect. Got one more thing. I want to make sure to add it to the GitHub repo. So I'm going to do git add zsh /.zshrc. Can I open file zsh.zsh? Does not exist. Git add .zshrc. There we go. If I run git status again, branch is up to date, but I need to commit this, and then I do git commits message added.zshrc. There we go. Git push. Git push u origin main. Git fetch. Git cool. There we go. Now I should be able to do git push origin main. Unable to read directory. Oh, I think I have to be. What's my bad? Git push. There we go. Took a little minute, but should be good now. So if I go to check my GitHub, it should be updated. Perfect. There we go. Simple as that.